Hi, this is Rachel. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to hop on here today and film my 2021 financial goals wrap up and tell you what my 2022 financial goals are. I am so proud of all the hard work that I did in 2021 to meet my financial goals. If you watched last year's financial goal video, which took me forever to upload, I think I didn't even upload it until May because I was just like so depressed in that video. Like, even watching it to today, I had such a poor mindset about money, and I just seemed really down on myself, and I was being really hard on myself. And I mean, 2020 was a hard year for me. I had a lot of things going on in 2020 that I have not shared on the channel. That could have probably added to some of that mindset that I had last year. But I've really worked on growing my money mindset this year because I don't want to have a scarcity mindset with money. And I don't want to feel guilty for spending. It's okay to spend money on things that I want every once in a while. But overall, I did cut back on my spending quite a bit in 2021. 2020 was overall just an expensive year. And I spent half of what I spent in 2021. In 2021, I spent half of what I spent in 2020. So definitely was a much better year as far as spending went. I did not purchase my house this year. That was part of why 2020 was so expensive, because I had the down payment, and then just some of those bigger things you need for a house, like my lawnmower and my snowblower. Those were big expenses. I was lucky when I moved into my house. I had a lot of the inside furniture, but I definitely have been working on slowly getting some of the outside stuff, which now I think I'm in a pretty good spot with. So that definitely has helped as far as expenses go, that a lot of those big purchases are now taken care of. So, and also for home emergencies, I did not have any this year, which is, oh my gosh, so wonderful. I cannot even tell you how wonderful that is, because I spent so much money in 2020 on repairs to my house, and then 2021 was just a year of rebuilding, and it was awesome. I did do like some little things, like my dishwasher kept falling out of its spot. So I got my dishwasher fixed so it actually stays in the cabinet like it's supposed to. I put gutters on my garage. The previous homeowners had built the garage and then never put gutters on it, which has caused a lot of issues, as you can imagine. So I did put gutters on the garage in July. And the funny part was I put them on and it just rained and rained and rained, and we had not had rain for like a long time. We needed some. So I was really glad that I put them on when I did. But besides that, just little things. Like, I have not had any big home emergencies this year, and it has been awesome. So let's go over my 2021 goals and how I did. And I am so happy to tell you I met every single one of them, surpassed most of them. So yeah, let's get into it. So I had 5 big financial goals for 2021. My first goal was my emergency fund. With the 2020 spending and all those emergencies that happened with my house when I first moved in, my emergency fund was depleted. So I started the year at $3,046, and I wanted to get it up to $5,000. I met that goal in April of 2021, but then I just continued to add small amounts throughout the rest of the year. And I am happy to tell you that I ended my emergency fund on $6,008, which is a very good number. I'm very comfortable with that amount. I probably will continue to add small amounts to it in 2022, but it's not necessarily going to be a financial goal. So over the course of the year, I added $2,962 to my emergency fund. Okay, and then my next goal was my furnace. My original goal was to pay back half of the money that my parents owed me. That would be $1,600. But over the course of the year, I realized that it really was possible that I could pay them back the full amount. And that was $2,245. So on Christmas Day, I gave them that check for Christmas, and I have that debt paid in full. My furnace is now fully paid for, and I could not be happier about that. My next goal was my car. So for my car, I wanted to add $2,400 to it this year, and I am happy to tell you that I added $2,550 to my car savings. So my total car savings is now up to $4,805. And it's looking really good. It's looking like I'm going to be able to continue to put off that car purchase. I did end up getting a new job. It's within 10 minutes of driving distance. So I'm not putting as much wear and tear on my car, and it's not needing as many repairs. I did just put new tires on it. I want to say November is when I got that done. So I really want to make those new tires worth the money that I spent on them and just continue driving my car for as long as I can. And then my next goal was my mortgage. As far as my mortgage goes, I wanted to pay off $3,500. This was a pretty easy goal just because I didn't know how the year was going to end up going. In order to meet that goal, all I needed to pay extra was $176. I ended up just hitting this one out of the ballpark. So over the course of the year, I paid $4,359.72 to my mortgage. Most of that came from just, my monthly amortization schedule, but I did also add extra money to make that happen. And then my last goal was my student loans. So my original goal of my student loans, I was only going to pay off like $3,000. That was before I knew anything about what was going to happen with the interest pause, which ended up getting extended for the whole year of 2021. So what I ended up doing is I did actually pay January's payment to Fed Loan Servicing because I didn't know anything about what was going to happen. And then they ended up extending it until September. So then I upped my goal and was trying to get $3,000 by September, which I believe I did end up meeting, but it was really, really hard, especially because, at the beginning of the year, I just had so many other goals going on. And then they ended up extending it till January of 2022 and now until May of 2022. So this interest pause has been wonderful. It has helped my student loans so much. So my new goal is to get my largest student loan, which is my 2016 loan. It's $5,163. I want to get that paid off by January. And it is totally possible. So, as far as student loans go, I added or I have in my savings account, I have $5,073.63, and that's just kind of sitting there gaining interest, and I will apply it to my student loans before the forbearance ends. But overall this year, the money I put towards my student loans is $5,390.03. That is by far the most that I have ever been able to put towards my student loans in a year, and that is wonderful. I have to say, I mean, I worked my tail off this year, sold as much as I could on Etsy. I babysit whenever I possibly can. If I'm free and a parent asks me, I am there. Like, I am trying really hard to earn some extra money so that I can get my student loans paid off. Yeah. So I want to go over my debt total for the year. I counted my student loans, my mortgage, my furnace, and then I did have some unexpected medical debt from my therapy sessions. So the story goes, I turned 26 in October of 2020. My parents' insurance covered therapy wonderfully. My new insurance did not. So I paid just a crazy amount for therapy. I ended up having to stop going in March of 2021. Which is okay because I was feeling a lot better and he had given me a lot of tools that I still use. But I kind of worked on paying off that bill throughout the rest of the year. I was able to use a lot of my summer job money to help pay it off. And then with my new job, I have an HSA. So I kind of waited for my HSA to build up some money, and then the last little bit I used my HSA to pay off the rest of that bill. So as far as medical debt goes, I paid off $1,199.27. So not a crazy amount. I know some people have more in medical debt, but for me, this was an unexpected expense, and I did just make the best of it. So as far as debt goes for this year, I paid off $12,926.06. So of my teacher's salary, that's about a third of my take-home pay. And like I said, I used a lot of that extra income that I do make to make that number possible. I'm not going to go over expenses, but the other one I have here is my savings, because oh my gosh, my savings rate this year was amazing. So over the year, I saved $11,944. I'm not going to tell you that every single cent of that is still in my savings account, because some of it was in sinking funds, so it definitely got used for the purpose that it was saved for. But the fact that it got saved in the first place is what I'm proud of. So overall, 2021 was just a wonderful year for me. My finances are in such a better place. I think probably the best that they've ever been in. And my living expenses are honestly the highest that I've ever had in my adult life. But I think I just know how to manage my money that much better, because I know finances are tight. Like, I know I just can't buy everything that I could possibly want. Whereas, like, my apartment, I had a lot of wiggle room with my finances, and I wish I took advantage of that more. Like, I wish I would have paid some extra towards my student loans while I was living in my apartment, but that just wasn't reality. So, that is the end of my 2021 goals. Now let's move on and go to my 2022 goals. So as far as goals go this year, I have 4 goals this year. My first goal is going to be my home maintenance account. So, my plan for this year is I have an ash tree in my backyard that needs to get cut down. So, the deal that you kind of sign on for with ash trees is either you agree to treat it every 2 years or get rid of it. So, I would be at my 2 year mark. So, I need to get rid of it this year or treat it, and I am not going to pay to treat it, so I'm going to get rid of it. So I'm budgeting about $800 for that expense. I need to get it done. I believe it's before Memorial Day. Yeah, I think it's before Memorial Day. So that one will be pretty early in the year that one gets done. Like once it gets nice outside. And then my other one is my house just needs some updated plumbing. So I would like to get a new water heater. I would like to get a water softener put in, a garbage disposal, and then my bathroom, the fixtures in my bathroom are corroded and just don't look very good anymore. So I'd like to get a new sink faucet and then a whole new shower. Like, the thing you use to turn the shower on, and then a shower head. So I'm budgeting just a little over $3,000 for that expense. If I have some extra left over in my home maintenance account, I am perfectly fine with that. So as far as what I need to add to my home maintenance account to be able to do both of these projects, I need to add $2,560. And this is just about $213 per month. I am going to probably use some of my summer income to help out with this goal. So I might meet this goal earlier in the year just so I can get these projects done within 2022. Okay, and then as far as car savings goes, it's the same. I want to add $200 every month to my car savings. So that's a total of $2,400. My original goal when I started my car savings was $6,000, and I'm going to reach that about June of 2022. So I am so happy to go above and beyond that, and I know the longer I can kind of put off this purchase, the more I'm going to be able to put down towards this new-to-me car. Okay, next one is my mortgage. And I'm just going to speak it into existence. My goal with my mortgage this year is to get rid of PMI. So, I've calculated that based on my home's value versus what is remaining of my mortgage, I am at 20%. My loan company, however, will not do an appraisal until I have 2 years of payment history, so that would be in July of 2022. So I'm going to ask again probably in July or August of 2022 and see if they'll come do an appraisal. In the meantime, I want to continue putting some extra towards my mortgage just to make sure I'm way over that 20% when they do come do the appraisal. So my goal this year is $4,500 to my mortgage. Again, most of this is going to come from my amortization schedule. But over the course of the year, I would like to add $984 extra, and this is about $82 per month to my mortgage, which I think is totally manageable. And then my last one is my student loans, and I mean, this one might be kind of crazy. We do know that we have an interest freeze until the end of April. Payments start up again in May. As far as my understanding goes, they start up again in May. So we will have to pay interest from May until December unless the interest freeze gets extended again. Again, like I said in my last year video, I believe it's highly unlikely that it gets extended again. But seriously, you never know. It's got extended so many times at this point. So my goal over the course of the year for my student loans is I want to pay $5,000 towards my student loans. So I'm going to try to front load this goal as much as I can, just because when it's all going towards principal, that's going to take me so much farther. But how this one works is my minimum payment is $206.26. And then in order to meet this goal, I would need to put an extra $250 to my student loans every single month. So if I can front load that one a little bit more and put more than $250 the first 4 months, then I won't have to put as much throughout the rest of the year. But the summer months are typically my better months just because I'm used to living on my teacher income, and then I get a second full-time job during the summer and make some extra money. So summer's typically the time when I'm able to put extra towards some of these financial goals. So I don't know how much it will be possible, but I'm definitely going to try my hardest. I have not missed a minimum payment throughout this whole entire forbearance. Even with everything else going on, I have always paid the minimum. This last year I've just been putting it in my savings account, but I have put the minimum in my savings account every single month, and then I have put some extra. So I definitely know that the minimum will get paid, and then some extra every single month. So I'm hoping I can achieve that. I did forget to tell you my ending student loan balance for 2021. So my ending student loan balance for 2021 is $15,065. So really, really proud of that. If I could pay another $5,000, that would get me close to $10,000, which just, gosh, $10,000 makes the end just seem like it is in sight. At the beginning of this forbearance, I was at like $23,000. I didn't see myself getting out of student loan debt anytime soon. And now I can see the end within sight. Possibly by the time I'm 30, I might have my student loans paid off. And that is like crazy because I just didn't think it was possible. So really super happy about it. I will keep you updated on my financial goals, but I'm really, really hopeful about 2022, and I hope you have a happy new year.